All right. Apparently, sexism against men. There's a rise of misandry. That's right. There's a word for it. We didn't even know it because we hear misogyny all the fucking time. So what's about this misandry thing? Let's check it out. Let's check it out real quick.
Is on the rise against men. This is pretty much A-OK in the culture and media, with any female entertainer or ad producer having carte blanche to do the same in reverse, and slap on it notions like empowerment, a dose of the same medicine, narrative-claiming little pokes at patriarchy, and assertive attitude. Chapel Roan, who looks like...
Isn't that the name of the Red Witch from Game of Thrones? I'll be completely transparent with you, buddy. I'm not a Game of Thrones type of person. I don't know if I've ever even watched an episode. And it's the same reason why. It's the exact same reason. Well, it's a little bit different because apparently One Piece is good from start to finish. But there's so much investment needed. I know, whatever. I'm getting away from the video. Holy shit. Holy shit. But yeah, it might be. Okay, we'll take that back, guys. I've watched Game of Thrones. I'm a big fan, except for that last season because apparently it was poopy.
Attitude. Chapel Roan, who looks like Kate Bush dragged backward through a bush, said...
Dude, the fucking Chapel Roan, how the fuck you say her name? I don't know. The memes about her they are fucking hilarious. I don't care. They're funny as fuck, dude.
I'm never dating a man again. I'm not attracted to them. I don't like having sex with them. I don't think they understand me. I don't think they make good art. Yeah.
Damn, that was a normal thing from someone who hasn't watched. I'm in on the internet meme, the slop stuff, man. I'm too plugged in.
In terms of art, I don't think men are going to be brought down too many pegs by some chick whose thickly slathered cosmetics make her look like peak coked up Ziggy Stardust era David Bowie crossed with an exotic rainforest parrot who
Also, I love how people say she looks like she smells bad. I remember there being some meme about Billie Eilish being like near her and she was like, it looked like she had a pungent expression on her face. I don't know. I'm not gonna comment on her appearance because it's more about the character for me. Does it look ridiculous? Actually, okay. It looks okay. She looks like Kefka from Final Fantasy. Dude, this was Kefka from Final Fantasy. Was it 5? This looks like who she was inspired by. Straight up. I don't think there's any denying that. Let's rewind it real quick.
Freaks knee-deep in Stardust era David Bowie crossed with an exotic rainforest
dude,
parrot.
Straight up. That's who she was inspired by. She is a Final Fantasy villain.
Who shrieks, knee-deep in the passenger seat and you're eating me out. Or, get your baby, kiss your mom, call me up, and I'm your dog. The worst, though, is Sabrina Carpenter, the most manufactured person in existence, and whose casual misandry is basically an element of her brand.
Yeah, okay. So this what he's saying is very true. This is an element of her brand. It's like going into McDonald's and asking for a Whopper. Like, you already know what you're gonna get, so I don't think this is really that terrible necessarily. I just think it's to be expected. You know, there's some bops of Sabrina's I think is really funny. You know, I think that the music itself is really interesting. But yeah, I mean, that's really as far as it goes. Don't care, still love her. That's what I'm saying. She leans into it and she doesn't seem to make it a social issue. Now this video might prove me wrong, but as far as I know, it's not like, it's to be fucking expected. It's like Hello Carolina. Hello Carolina is talking about hot moms doing terrible things to Mrs. Claus. If Sabrina can do it, we can fucking do it too, guys. It is what it is.
Imagine if a male artist made a music video showing women getting deleted and physically dispatched and done with. Picking up on the trend, The Economist published an article titled, "A Wave of Songs is Taking Aim at Substandard Men." It's doubtful The Economist would run an article titled, "A Wave of Songs is Taking Aim at Substandard Women." On man...
What? When life gives you lemons, beat men. Support a man's right to shut the fuck up and normalize being evil to men. Man, hey, you know what? If they found this at a Goodwill, it seems like somebody had an insane turn of the heel here. It seems like they had a realization in life. They may have gotten married, and they're like, "Yeah, I just don't see it anymore."
child, Carpenter complains about how immature men can be. Stupid, or is it slow? Maybe it's useless, but there's a cuter word for it. I know, man-child.
I'm disappointed in your species.
Here's the thing. You're misandrist.
After watching the last video, I get it. And that's true. That is so true. So, do men have a part to play in this? Yes. Absolutely. We do. Guys, hot fucking take. I get it. We are part of the problem. We are part of the problem. There is a way to be a proper man. There absolutely is. And honestly, with a lot of this misandry that goes on, a lot of it does happen with women that are single, that have been scorned by men, everything else. Some people do it as a grift because it's going to pull in more of an audience that they're searching to really kind of connect with. However, it's happened time and time again. And let me explain. A woman is very misandrist. Fucking hate men. Men are pieces of shit. Blah, blah, blah. I'll never bow down to a man. I'll never be submissive to a man. I've talked to countless women that's had this take until they've met a real man. Once they meet a real man, they fall in love with a real man. Then they're what I can't even think of the fucking word that I'm looking for, but their values start to change. They start to realize, oh, okay, well, maybe I can kind of submit some things. And also those things are reciprocal. One party can't submit to another without that being completely reciprocal is what I'm saying. I've met so many women that have had these takes that met a real man and their disposition on this completely changed. It's just, there are real men that exist. They exist. And then they will also, that will help you soften your take. Not that they're going to do it, but you meet someone that is a natural provider and a leader, and you're going to want to do that. And men that are watching, having wisdom, maturity, all of these things, it doesn't matter what type of woman you make or meet, excuse me, not you make, that's fucking ridiculous. But it doesn't matter what type of woman that you meet. They will meet you wherever you're at, as long as you are a good model for a relationship. So these things change. My wife was one of those. Blue hair, everything, fuck the system, I hate men. And then she met me and her values completely changed. Completely changed.
Content can be partially performative, but still be misandrist. In fact, it can be worse because if it's literal, then deal with it. And if it's partly satirical, then you can't grasp or cope with layers of subtext, so more fool you. Deal with it. Both suck. Both are misandrist. So if Carpenter reveals the key to writing hits is call men stupid in as many ways as you can, it's annoying and stupid if it's literal, and annoying and stupid if it's tongue-in-cheek. These lyrics are interpreted by blockhead commentators as blunt, sexual positive, and defensive of her personal boundaries, rather than literal misandry. They supposedly function as a critique of male behavior.
What the fuck is going on here with this Nick Cage clip? What the fuck?
Positioning her as a confident figure who doesn't tolerate man-children, so therefore they're about unabashedly having high standards. Carpenter and Rowan are just adopting a satirical, assertive tone that critiques immature men and failed relationships.
That is one thing I don't like, though. I don't like it, but it's just how it is. It does seem to be hypocritical to one side, or it seems to be hypocritical, and one side is completely socially normalized, and the other is there's just like this fucking pitchfork armada that's after them. So it seems like you can criticize one side and it be okay within the social norms of culture. I always took Sabrina Carpenter as describing shitty men, not all men. Yeah, and honestly, if you have that take, it's fine. Because it's like, I'm not, and maybe that's the difference here. I'm not that insecure. I can listen to her music and know what type of man I am, that I'm not a man child or anything like that. So it's not inflammatory. And I'm sure that you're the same way, Roush. You know what type of dude you are. You know what you are. If you're low self-esteem, then yes, it might bother you. Me, it doesn't bother me. She's hot. She makes cool music. It's fun. I don't take any offense to it. If anything, I'm just like, yeah, some of these guys are stupid, but I'm not. That's fine. I mean, I'm still an idiot, you know, it is what it is.
Songs like Man-Child and Tears, they say, highlight themes of frustration with men's
and
behavior.
it is crazy. I mentioned this. I was talking to my wife about this, about Misandry. And she's like, what is that? It's people don't even know the word. The word is so foreign to them. They're like, I don't get it. What is that? I had to explain. It's literally the same thing as misogyny, just the opposite sex. She's like, oh my God, I didn't even know that was a word. Yeah, there's a word for it. What the fuck am I doing? There we go.
While embracing themes of female empowerment, sexual agency, and playful cynicism. No, screw any defense on the grounds of irony. Because men have their own variations of playing the satire card, and society has gotten tired of that, so it's also about time we called out bullshit female equivalents. Guy variations are stuff like a rapper who blathers whole tracks of misogynistic rhymes, who
That's
then
true.
claims
And that's the thing. That is culturally appropriate within whatever realms of culture that it's in. And so I don't know. I'm not in that culture. I'm not a part of it. I'm in part of the metalcore fucking. Oh, what's up, Gage? Welcome in. Thank you for the resub. Yeah, good morning to you. But yeah, I'm in the culture of like the metalheads, where we're crying out to the Lord that things are unjust on earth. It's crazy. We just want justice. That's it. That's all.
irony, or that he's just playing, or that he's somehow indemnified because of his background or upbringing, and it would be judgmental from a place of privilege for him to be called out in it. Or a guy who tries his luck and comes across as a bit creepy, who impinges upon a lady a little, who has an attitude, who overplays his hand, who then affects to mellow out with a broad grin and says, I'm only kidding, or relax, don't take things so seriously, as if the whole flirting thing were just relatable teasing, and the woman might by implication be a bit stuck up or uptight if she also doesn't wryly smile and acknowledge the abrupt change in tone. In gender relations, such ironies can have a nastiness to them when deployed by men and, in their own variations, by women. Also, rather than thinking men are lame, maybe do some self-reflection and ask, is there something about my persona that attracts inadequate or wimpy men? Or, put the other way, do high-value decent...
We won't do that. I would hope for that. I would hope for that side of the gender spectrum, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I would hope that side would do reflection, because it's just nice for people to be able to self-reflect on themselves. That's what I had to do. And honestly, women, if you're watching this, I look at my demographic. You ain't watching this. Anyhow, I look at my demographic here. And typically a lot of men, for them to mature to the place where a woman that is hyper feminist, like completely lets down her walls and allows a man in. A man has to be, they have to completely go through the fucking grinder, man. We have to go through the fucking meat grinder. We have to be completely demoralized to the point where we even, we change. It's not about this rise and grind culture. No, it's about having your soul crushed enough to be able to handle things maturely and not go completely cow mode and punch holes in the walls. But yeah, I mean, if you are ultra feminist, like 9 times out of 10, they will not change their disposition unless they meet somebody that shows them what it is like to have this gender dynamic within a relationship.
men not find me appealing, and therefore, when I hook up with the messy ones, am I projecting my frustrations onto masculinity as a whole? This would require some degree of accountability. But we're talking about broads here, so of course that would never happen.
Oh, I've been internalizing a really complicated situation in my head.
She disported herself on the cover of Rolling Stone with her signature, looking brain dead like a doll, but actually it's kind of ironic, and I'm a shrewd self-marketer and manipulator of my image.
I'm not making any comment on that. I'm not saying nothing about that. You guys fucking looked at the video. I'm not saying nothing about that. Shame on you. Go to mass. Go to mass and ask the Lord to forgive your sins. I'm just kidding. That's Catholic mass. Everybody knows Catholics are wrong.
But no, actually, she's at a deeper irony, just a plastic, superficial hoe expression. One commenter wrote, "This is the least sexual image. It's simply a feminine figure nude with hair cut."
What? No. You are not fucking... No. Stop it. Fucking stop it. She knows what she's doing. We know what we're doing. Guys, let's just call a spade at this fucking point. What are we doing? What are we doing saying that this is... Shut the fuck up. This is not a sexual... Shut up. Just shut up.
Covering intimate areas. It's reminiscent of The Birth of Venus by Botticelli. If we're viewing any image of a nude body as sexual, we're dangerously straying into conservatism here.
What the fuck? I'm gonna fucking implode. No way. No, I have to hear that shit again. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Any image of intimate areas. Least sexual image. It's simply a feminine figure nude with hair covering intimate areas. It's reminiscent of The Birth of Venus by Botticelli. If we're viewing any image of a nude body as sexual, we're dangerously straying into conservatism here.
Into conservative values? Nah, man, that's not an intentional subjective photo at all, did you know? I'm fucking losing brain cells by hearing this out. There's no fucking shot. Guys, did you know it is conservative for men to be sexually attracted to women? Fucking dare they? I bet you they fucking voted for Trump. I bet you they would send all the illegals back. So fucking stupid.
What? This isn't a stylish evocation of Botticelli's masterpiece. It's a second-rate gassed-up mid with strata layers of makeup showing her ass. Secondly, regarding...
Okay. To echo Chamberlain, listen. Subjectively, Sabrina Carpenter's hot. Okay, we're not gonna sit here and say she's actually mid. No, we're not gonna do that. She's hot. Chat out. We all fucking know it. You were just staring at that picture because it's sexually provocative. Not that it's just some. Shut the.
Something as superficial, tawdry, vulgar, and trashy doesn't automatically make you conservative. It just means you have basic things like taste, discretion, and an eye for sophistication and quality, which doesn't mean you have to...
Eye for sophistication, you fucking nerd. You fucking nerd. You virgin. Eye for sophistication. I have an eye for that ass, okay? Hey, you fucking nerd. I hear you fucking nerd. Everybody boos this, man. This fucking nerd. That's crazy.
...to appreciate some lobotomized Rapunzel. The extent to which blame can be apportioned to men in the modern age is almost hilarious. They are to blame for being presumptuous and approaching women in public, impinging upon them when they have a right not to be bothered. And they're also to blame for losing their nerve in failing to approach women in public, leading to many women lamenting that men don't hit on them anymore.
That one is kind of funny. The irony there is completely hilarious. And that is apparently a new thing on like TikTok and everything. There is this section of, or this subsect of women that are like, what the fuck does a woman have to do for a man to approach them and hit on them? And it's somebody ugly and they're like, how fucking dare these pigs?
They're even responsible for not getting women knocked up. Finally, men are getting the blame for female unplanned childlessness. A new report reveals
what? No. Men are getting the blame for pulling out? I'm so confused. Is this an attack against men, or is this defending men, or is this attacking them? I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I don't fucking know.
that men's immaturity is partly to blame for the crash in the birth rate. Finally, people can see what women are up against.
Why blame men? We could all just collectively blame Canada. Absolutely. What the fuck is going on over there, you fucking dorks?
Oh, fuck. Misandry starts young for guys. Teachers have been proven to be biased in the marking of girls' schoolwork. An OECD international report on gender in education across more than 60 countries found that girls receive higher marks compared with boys of the same ability.
How's that even tested though? Like, how can you have a case study for that? I mean, I don't understand that. I don't know how you get that data unless the teachers are just like, yes, we're more critical. And I don't understand.
Researchers suggest girls are better behaved in class, and this influences how teachers perceive their work. There is a consistent pattern of girls' work being marked up. Teachers are said to reward organizational skills, good behavior, and compliance, rather than objectively marking pupils' work. It also raised questions whether this really benefited girls. Is it a good thing? Maybe in the short run you get a better school certificate, said the OECD's education director. In the long run, the world is going to penalize you because the labor market doesn't pay you for your school marks, it pays you for what you can do. In a more recent study in the British Journal of Sociology of Education, teachers were also shown to give higher grades to girls than to boys with the same academic ability, suggesting teachers are hardwired to give girls higher marks. The size of the gap is considerable and could have significant long-term consequences, both on college admission and employment prospects.
Teachers in England to be trained to spot misogyny. I mean, that's just England, though. They keep losing. They just keep losing. Sorry, guys.
The researchers said. Holy shit, has that bias against young men been borne out lately? And not just in terms of admissions, but in the character and societal esteem.
Boys to be sent on courses to tackle misogyny in schools. Okay. I understand there needs to be a certain level of course correction if there is a problem. There is a certain point where we overcorrect and we flip our fucking car because we jerk the fucking wheel too hard. It's happening, man. It's happening. Whatever.
Of college.
Now, instead of us just collectively blaming Canada, we're going to blame England, blame the UK.
Humanities enrollments are down 12% in the last 5 years. Many young men have opted against humanities degrees, perceiving that they have depreciated in cultural significance and depreciated in financial and career prospects. An Institute for Fiscal Studies found that women graduating from the University of Bolton earn around 10%.
Whoa. Oh, Canada. Roush comes back because he saw Canada. I knew that was a bait. I knew it was a bait.
And less by the age of 29 than women who didn't attend university at all. There's an even stranger twist in this tale. Attractive female students no longer earned higher grades when classes moved online during COVID.
What? No fucking way. That's crazy. Still, I don't understand how this can be like, can this be true data? I don't see how you can get a data set that really like supports this. So I'm not going to take this as gospel. I don't know. It's interesting, but do I see there being a case for it? I do. Is it as widespread as this video suggests? I don't think it is. I definitely think there were some times back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s, where you had some old dude that's grading class papers and then, tee Mr. Professor, those things happen. You would think they would improve moving to full online courses. Gooner's gonna goon, Gooner's gonna goon.
When education is in
NSG, never stop gooning. ABC always be cheating, and NSG never stop gooning.
Person, attractive students receive higher grades in non-quantitative subjects in which teachers tend to interact more with students compared to quantitative courses. A Swedish university study found that attractive female students got higher grades in subjective non-quantitative courses during in-person teaching, but that edge vanished when classes moved online. I don't even fucking know what to make of that.
Stargaze is first. You found a comic book known as Renowned. How'd that get there? Oh, nice. Well, good morning.
Women will lament the inadequacies of men and criticize
57% because you woke up late, not laced. You woke up laced, bro.
their behavior in general, but there's a hypocrisy here. As dating apps reveal, very attractive men don't benefit from tailoring their behavior to women's preferences because they're pursued without regard for their behavior. Women will experience some biological impulse.
This can be true. There is. Okay, so I've got to frame what I'm going to say carefully. In a sense, there is somebody that I've known from work in the past. This person, they would always fucking show up late. They were given slaps on the wrist nonstop, 24/7. And you could tell that this type of dude was a guy that was moderately attractive, big on everything materialism as far as what he wears, what he drives, even the cologne that he uses. And constant slaps on the wrist do not address behavior correctly. So we're just letting shit slide and letting shit slide and letting shit. And everybody probably knows somebody like that as well, to where they're just so used to things falling into place that they never have to address a core problem within themselves. So their behavior doesn't change. We see that. We see that with men. So I'm sure that the same thing exists on the opposite end as well. But yeah, this person, there's at a certain point, you have to have a harsh correction for that behavior to get addressed and eventually change. But this person slaps on the wrist all the fucking time, and they're used to it.
To lower their IQ by about 33% around such attractive men, becoming more cutesy, eyes rounding in emphatic agreement. So these young guys saunter through their existence with the impression attractive women are cheerful creatures who live in a state of emotional primary colors. When a 30-year-old woman sits in her car, turns on her camera, and weeps to the internet, sometimes sniffing and gazing into an aggrieved middle distance with emotionally spent, incredulous, vague headshakes, the comment section will be a fortress of validation. Your standards aren't too high, men are just intimidated by your success. The dating...
Shock. This is a shock, guys. Sometimes our standards are far too fucking high. They just are. Sometimes our standards are ridiculous because we have this fallacy, or we have this ridiculous idea that we live in La La Land and we are the best thing, the most charitable thing, the most virtuous thing that lives on the earth. So we deserve good things. And then you grow up and then you realize that you don't deserve anything at all.
Pool is trash. It's not your fault. Her being overwhelmed is framed as a hapless entanglement in a systemically flawed society.
What the fuck? Can you make a male babysitter pay child support? Guys, shut. It's normal and okay for women to cheat, but not for men.
No such extent of empathy would be extended to a man sitting in his car in similar circumstances.
And you know what? I think that's... Look, we can call it the hypocrisy here, but I do think that's by design. As a leader, as a provider, you should be able to have it buttoned up. There should be avenues for you to go out and discuss these things amongst friends, maybe family, all that good stuff. But doing it online, no, nobody's going to give you any type of credibility for that, because they're going to see it as performative. And not only that, they're going to see it as weakness. So I don't care the hypocrisy there, because that is by design.
After years of sociological prompting and prodding to divest himself of inhibiting traditional staunch masculinity and more fulsomely embrace emotional expressiveness, he would, in his situation, be told to stop being flaky and even be chastised as an example of the kind of inadequate man female singers routinely send up now. Women have created a strange disconnect in how they frame their fantasies. In ice hockey erotica fiction or eye-popping collar twitties...
Women, real quick, I have a question for the women. How the fuck can this be the same exposed area as like this? There's a difference here. Can anybody spot the difference? Not the ice hockey erotica. Babe, you're in chat. My lovely wife, can you tell me what is the difference between this region here and this? Because this does not look the same. How is this and this the same person? You know, you get what I'm asking. I don't want to be too vulgar with what I'm saying. My wife is in chat. I want to be respectful here. But what the fuck? What is this? How? She's just wearing a push-up bra and not... Okay. And not in the other. Okay. Mystery solved. Thank you. I love women. I love the fact that you can answer that. Thank you. Okay, cool. We have that answered, chat. For anybody. I wasn't asking for myself. I wasn't asking for myself. I was asking for the chat because I knew that they would be wondering what is the difference, because they are really good at picking up, different level. You sick fuck. No. And listen, mom, before wife, listen. I'm doing it for the internet because they need to know. They need to know. Good thing you weren't here earlier for the other one. Just asking for a friend, right? Right? Yeah, completely. Because there's people in the comments right now in this video on YouTube. They're like, how the fuck is that? Oh, I fucking don't get it. Okay, I'm in trouble. How dare you sexualize the female body? Oh no, actually, okay. Where are we at? We're at 10 minutes in. Okay, I'm going to rewind it so my wife can see this real quick and then we will continue. But there's a take in this video that made me just fucking lose it. Where is it? We're gonna find it real quick, chat. There's a take that was the most brain dead fucking take I'd ever seen. Oh my god, I gotta find it, guys. Chat, just hold on 1 second. This is, oh my god, where was it? I gotta find it. It's gonna kill me if I don't show her because it was the most ridiculous shit, and I know that she's probably, yeah, here we go. Okay. Yeah. I look at girls more than he does. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, you were more vocal about it. All right.
And I'm a shrewd self-marketer and manipulative figure nude. If we're viewing any image of a nude area,
okay, this was
sexual image. It's simply a feminine figure nude.
All right, listen to this shit, Star.
Feminine figure nude.
Okay. Okay, listen to this shit, Star. This is craziness.
Commenter wrote, "This is the least sexual image. It's simply a feminine figure nude, with hair covering intimate areas. It's reminiscent of The Birth of Venus by Botticelli. If we're viewing any image of a nude body as sexual, we're dangerously straying into conservatism here."
What the fuck? Did you see that though? Do you see, this was the comment on this picture saying that there was nothing sexual about this picture. You guys are just perverts. Yeah, we're turning into conservatives because we can look at an image and say, okay, she's hot. Yeah, what the fuck, bro? Okay. Sorry, I had to show my wife the fucking brain right here because she would just be as dumbfounded as me about it. Okay, all right. We are digressing. Let's resume.
And up now. Women have created a strange disconnect in how they frame their fantasies. In ice hockey erotic.
Yeah, ice hockey. That is so funny. Potential backlash against man's best friend amid claims she's catering to the male gaze. I cannot give a fuck about it, dude. It's pulling in. Look, respect to the farm. She knows how to farm. Let respect, man. I don't think there's any dude out here that could say, no, fuck that. No, I think a lot of us guys can just be like, respect, homie, respect. If I had it, I'd use it. I'm just saying, I'd use it. Everyone knows Sabrina uses her sexual appeal to her advantage. She knows she's hot and she plays into it. That's what I was saying earlier at the beginning of the stream. There's a difference between people like Chaperone, or how the fuck you say her name, and Sabrina. She leans into it, and I think that's what makes it more forgiving. Yeah, she's just a good businesswoman. She knows how to play into it. Fuck it.
Fiction, or eye-popping, collar-twitching and loosening, egregiously horny romantasy fiction, the masculine archetypes are described as...
We gotta go over the romantasy fiction shit one of these days. I'll probably make a more formal video on it, formal essay video on women's erotic fucking content. It has gone too fucking far. I used to not like her because I thought she was a whore, but then I realized she's just putting it to it. It's funny, bro. You can't say that word. Oh wait, I guess you're a woman, so I guess you can. Oh, he is going there. Yeah.
More traditional beefcake, aloof, tall, six-pack, flourishing, toned types, but without.
Yeah, it's delusional to think that one side can. Now, the women's fictional sexual content, the books, the smut books, those are too far. This is kind of like, yeah, erotica. I agree. Erotica is the same as porn. Yeah, it is. So those are almost on the same level as like furry culture, where it's like most of us can sit here and say, let's not do that. It's not as furry porn is not as egregious as some of these books. So yes, am I a furry porn or a furry defender? Not by any means. I'm just calling it like it is.
Literal visual stimuli, they are brought to life in the reader's imagination as a customizable.
Was that one about the milking farms? That's what we need to go over.
Ideal. Whereas on screen, in literal visual fixed embodiments, they are leaner, more pretty, more diffident, more androgynous, less demonstrably and traditionally.
I won't drop the W word. We'll say is selling the idea or the image of yourself is not the same legit selling the physical self. Yeah. I mean, it's not the same. It's not the same. It is definitely appealing to. It's appealing to our carnal desires, and some people might morally see that bad, and that's fair. They can see that as a morally abhorrent.
Masculine.
But yeah, it is different. It's depravity, but not to that extent.
So, in the intimate secrecy of the latent realm of the mind, the preferred male hottie is brought vividly to life. But in the more socialized, culturally influenced gender politics realm of film and streaming, they
Fourth wing is diet smut. Just letting you know, it's diet smut.
prefer, or alleged to prefer, more passive, de-adrenalized, conventional simps and unthreatening, nicer types of men. The consequences in Hollywood of this dulling down are also drearily clear. They're literally having to scour agencies.
My wife did not like Fourth Wing. She was bored because she's very toxic. She's a very toxic female that likes toxic shit. So that's just who she is, baby. What can I see? Yeah, what can I say?
Looking for traditional archetypes. Love story producers say masculine men are hard to find. We're not making those guys anymore. Executive producer Brad Simpson recently shared that casting JFK Jr. was hard. We were 3 weeks away from shooting, and we still had not cast him. We'd seen every male actor between the ages of 25 and 38. Part of it was just that sort of 80s old-school masculinity. A man with hair in his chest, sort of Richard Gere, Tom Selleck, the classic chiseled...
Actually, yeah, that doesn't really exist anymore, does it? And it's more because, like, culturally, it's not what's in right now, so...
looks. We're not making those guys anymore, for some reason, and we really needed to have that. What the likes of Sabrina Carpenter, that manufactured entertainer, don't appreciate is that women can love and adore men, tragically, with a beautiful fatalism, and it can be feminine and classic. These talentless hacks should take a tip from Amy Winehouse. So much
Rip Amy Winehouse.
Music nowadays is so like, you don't know me, I don't need you. And all the music then was kind of like, I don't care if you...
Actually, that is true. That is completely different now. I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize. And so much of the music now is like just shitting on the opposite side. But yeah, what was that one? It's like, I will jump on a grenade essentially, or whatever the fuck.
Don't love me. I will lie down on the road, pour my heart out and show it to you. Sadly, in this age of casual sexism, casual misandry, Amy Winehouse's covals don't know what that means.
All right, that was Echo Chamberlain. That was a good one, man.